Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Naval Dreadnoughts. And the government wants to piss off the French. Sure, you can go and piss off the French. I'm sure that won't have any unintended consequences. Yes. I don't know if that will actually cause a war or not. We'll have to wait and see. War with the French is going to be a absolute cluster F. I'm probably best not going on the naval invasion party train straight away. It also depends what they do, because yeah, we're not going to have a clash of all of the battleships, because mine are distributed. Where are theirs? They have nothing in France, which is a bit weird. How very odd. Trying to strategize. I would probably leave the Africa to the army. Probably leave most things to the army. I think our best bet is to clear up the Med, because if we clear up the Mediterranean, that frees up all the ships I have, all the capital ships I have down here. And then if we're able to wipe out actual France and Germany, then we'll be free to just eliminate their colonies, which basically means we'll be fighting the United States, but with French ships. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's see if we get this on the bump. Someone's doing some refitting. Yes. They paid us off. Now, there is a thing here. So this is -10. You don't seem to get the money, but I believe it does come out of their naval funds. Although I didn't I'd have to go back and check the video to see if that actually happened, because they should have lost a bunch of money. So eventually they should stop being able to do it. Welcome back to the shipyard, where we've unlocked the command cruiser. A very fat ship. Certainly very tall, which I'm not a huge fan of. I might reduce the beam as well. We've got these oversized ludicrous towers. We could use that one. We also have these ones, which I think I prefer. They fit with the kind of boxy aesthetic that the Royal Navy has been using. Now, heavy cruise, I think the last one we built was the Diadem. They were 14,000 ton ships. Now, these things can do, call it 32. So 31. Jesus. Yeah, they're going to have to be on a reduced beam as well. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36 knots. That makes them very, very fast. I'd like them a little bit longer. Yeah, let's go for 14,000 tons. So 15. Yeah, to get that extra length. So they're going to be bigger than Diadem. Now, Diadems are 11s. I'm not sure we're going to fit that much firepower on one of these. Probably go 2 funnels. Oil, definitely going to be using steam as we're pushing our speed up. We'll get the auxiliary diesel electric engines. And then secondary towers. We can use the regular tower backwards, but I'm never a huge fan of that. Let's get a rangefinder tower in. Something not quite right about the design at the moment. have to keep thinking about it. Right. We've got Mark 5, everything except 11s. Quad 8s. Could be interesting. Could go for 10s. What else are we using? Castles are also 11s. County. Oh, county's a 9.2. Oh, stick with the 9.2. How about that? Wow, that tower is oversized. Weird scaling issues as always with this game. Oh, that one's no small. It just looks wrong. I think I might have to use 11s. It's a little annoying because I will end up having to refit them. But I think anything less looks ridiculous. So go for 11s. Maybe I do use the backwards. Backwards nonsense. Because that would let me get 12 11-inch guns in. That would certainly be spicy on these command cruisers. I don't know what makes them a command cruiser exactly, but that's what the game calls them. Let's put all the components on. I am overweight though, which I'm not a huge fan of. Oopsie daisy, I didn't mean to take that off. Let's go Gen 1. Yes, because if I try and run a 10-inch belt, it's problems. Deck armor, yeah, I think 3. Should do fine. I'm going to do the classic, build the ship you want. And then go back to try and get the ship that you can actually build. Right. No secondaries yet, either. Which is a small issue. I can get some 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft. Those insane 85 caliber guns. Why are we heavy? Engines. The secondary tower. Wow, that secondary tower is way too heavy. No. I mean, it's good, but it is much too heavy. I'm going to go with this one. This will also let me shorten the citadel. Medium of it. And that will be... no. So it is a fair bit. Pretty compact little thing. I mean, I'm liking the design. It's just we're a bit overweight. Well, armoring is probably excessive. Let me go down to like a 1/2 inch third layer. This can come down as well. How low could we get that? Yeah, I think if we have like a 1.5 inch innermost layer. What's that, like 2.1? No. Yeah, 2.3. I'll do that. Still over. Hull, bulkheads, engines, fuel. So it's mostly going on the actual physical ship. How about we slow you down a little? Because I am pushing speed a lot. 35, 34, 33. How fast is a diadem? Only 31. In fact, all of our heavy cruisers are 31 knots. So let's slow you down to 31 knots, and then suddenly it works. Okay. And at 260, I could lose that funnel. I'm not going to move the superstructure around because I want this to have an arc of fire, but we can get rid of that funnel as being unnecessary. They're not cheap, these things, but still, that's quite a lot of 11-inch firepower for these command cruisers. Let's call them the Commander class. Sure. A few extra heavy cruisers, certainly not going to do any harm. How many do we actually want? So we currently have 60. Well, just about 10, just to maintain our advantage. I will attempt to think of names. But I will do that off camera. Oh, I did check, by the way. A few people have said, "Oh, I don't get the money when you get the paying off the war event," but it did come out of the French budget, so they did lose 10 billion in naval funds. I guess the money is taken from the French Navy and given to the British government, and then the British government doesn't give any to the Royal Navy. That's basically what is happening, I think. It's like, well, if you're not going to defend our country, we're going to take the money off you. But then when they buy off the British are not like, oh, well, the Navy did that, which is unfair, but it kind of works. There's a headcanon to explain why you don't get the money. You should get the money, and you used to get the money. Why you're no longer getting the money, I have no idea. This game is built on a mountain of spaghetti. But yeah, it's not that the AI can continually do that, because once they run out of naval funds, they can't do it anymore. Anyway, we're going to sit back and relax and wait for the next diplomatic crisis between us and the French. Ah, yes, the French, not this time. I don't even know what tanked our relations. I think it was an event for them. Yeah, they must have had the event that tanked the relations. Anyway, yep, we are going to war. The last war of the campaign, for sure. The big one. I think my best bet is certainly for the first couple of months, Oh, maybe I don't actually. Maybe I go on the offensive immediately. I don't know. Usually, you're better off waiting just a little tiny bit before going to war. Anyway, the commanders are named and under construction. They'll pop up eventually. I'm going to approve pretty much anything the minor nation allies want. The question is, do I get the Mediterranean fleet together and go for, say, northern Algeria and wait, they can't do anything. They can't stop me. Because they have no way of getting ships in. Okay, that's what we'll do. Northern Algeria, yes. So we're going to move everything except inflexible. I'm going to fortune as an escort. So we're going to get, because I don't think they have anything in the Med. They've got a heavy cruiser. And that is it. Because they have no way in or out. So we should be able to just use the ships here to to batter the French in. At least that's my plan. Because if we can do that, that will cause them a lot of problems. Little Lancashire as an escort. Got anything up here? Heavy cruisers. Yeah, I think that is all of our... Ooh, there's a battle cruiser up there. Eternus. Don't know why you're up there. Let's move you down. Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll go full... we'll go effectively defensive everywhere else. If I see their main fleet, I might try and jump it. Oh, there it is. Well, a fleet. It's not their main fleet. 300,000 tons. No, I think I'm better off staying back, going on the offensive in the Med as I originally intended, because there's not much they can do to stop. Unless they try and like invade Gibraltar or northern Egypt. I don't know if the AI is sensible enough to do that. Okay, welcome back. So I'm moving everyone to Algiers, so we'll form up the entire Mediterranean fleet. Now, interestingly, I got a conquest on the Netherlands, which of course I'm going to accept. But you can see here the French are deploying their ships. So I think we do need to respond. So we're going to send... Oh, you're blocking me. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to get them to leave port. Oh, not letting me. Well, that's annoying. Why are you not generating a Titanic battles? They're dumping everything in the North Sea. Interesting. Okay, well, it is where I have most of my stuff, so we should be able to deal with them. Right, this needs to go to full. Why was I going in there? Don't remember. Anyway, we've got a convoy battle all the way over here against one transport. Wow. Okay, not quite what I was expecting. I'm going to end the turn. There we go. Just needed to wait a month. Now we've got stuff going on. First of all, apparently we're blockading them and they have 0 tons. I don't believe that, but that's what the game is saying. No. Those are too big. Yes. What is this second conquest? Ah! Yes, of course, this is something this lot can deal with. We'll send Medway, Sapphire, and Dido with them. Good, that's very good. This is, yep, going well. I wonder if I can. Maybe I don't want to blow them up, actually. Oh, this though, this is gonna. This is only a tiny fraction, but I think the fleet down here is now available to move out. Rodney is in a battle. Interesting. Then we have. I'd like some escorts to go with them. Yeah, we've got an E-class. They're all in battle. Pearl. Another E-class. Just so we've got a little bit of something. F-class. The platinum. There we go. Because that won't be quite enough. We've got 3 battleships down here. Mercury, Neptune, and Saturn. And I'm going to send Glasgow with them. The battle cruisers are going to move up here to Scapa Float, so I have just one big mega squadron, and they're going to go out and cause some trouble in a minute. Alright, what have we got that's interesting? We've got a battleship in action, we've got a light cruiser versus light cruiser, 3 heavies versus 3 heavies. Oh, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Bunch of stuff. Let's do this one first. A large convoy raid. That's a pretty big light cruiser. 5 single 7-inch guns, 22 1.8-inch guns, and 8 quad torpedoes. Very expensive. Very expensive ship. Oh, I want to see this thing in action. Now, I don't expect this to be a quick war by any means. And obviously we're going to have it run its course. Because I might actually pull off a victory. Not normally how my campaigns end, but we might be able to pull off an actual victory. Right, turn your torps off. Tenacious. Oh, it's a Danish ship. Cool. Thanks for coming. Follow. Torps off. Close up. Let my ships get organised. Here we go. Somewhere there's a convoy. Right. The Ensign Rue was the super expensive ship. Wow, it's like a barge. Mark 4 7-inch. We are packing Mark 5s. Mark 4 1.8s. Interesting. Mark 3 torpedoes. It's not especially well armoured. Why is this thing... Oh, turbo electric. Yeah, trying to make a turbo electric ship do 28 knots. That's maybe not the best plan. Turbo electric is great if you're kind of doing like 21 knots, something like that. So if you've got a multiple expansion ship that you then convert, turbo electric can be quite good. But it's not for high-speed ships. There's the opening up. The transports have guns, something annoying like that. They have 2.5-inch guns. We'll try and stay at range and just do damage from afar. Quite happy to blow up the French from range. Have superior range. It seems silly to close in unless we need to. Can certainly eliminate all these targets. Of course, the economic damage of blowing up transports is pretty big. Although I think the French economy is in pretty good shape at pre-war. Surrenders. I'm not even sure where the escorts have gone. Ah, there it is. Oh, they are returning fire. So, Mersey and Calypso don't need to engage their cruiser because the destroyers can handle the transports as and when. Supposed to be firing at the cruiser, but a lot of those shells were hitting transports. Yeah, switch up to armor piercing. Hit straight away there, that's pretty darn nice. Yeah, destroyers starting to take on the transports. Sinking the Pasteur. End on, so it's going to be tricky to get a good pen. Destroyer coming in. Hello. Oh, that was a good shot. Sard and torpedoes spotted. Slow this down a bit. Fucking hell. That destroyer is getting ruined. Let's let loose with the Mercy's torpedoes. Destroyers are dealing with the Cassard. So, coming around. I think they are firing at the Mersey, probably? Pause. We're gonna separate. So you're turning already. And you are following the Mersey. Fine. Wait. No. Don't want you following the Mersey. I want you going that way. Oh. Spin them out. Wall torpedoes. Bergamot. You've actually got a good shot. I missed that. You're going to be able to get them off now. Probably... Oh, no, you did. Well done. Fire Drake. You do have torpedoes active. Oh, good shot. Ensign Rue. You're in trouble. A lot of trouble. Oh boy. That is an expensive ship. Here's the other cruiser. My God! I hadn't quite twigged that this thing was a relic. That's an 1890 ship. They've never upgraded. What the hell? What the hell, France? What are you playing at? Whoa, Calypso. I mean, it's a fun hull, but come on. It's never been touched. Yeah, this is one thing I want to work on. Scrapping and refit logic, because that's ridiculous. Oh, hilarious, France. Absolutely hilarious. So you have one modern, overpriced cruiser and one ancient relic. Well, I mean, when a French artisan campaign I did have Operation Antique or whatever it was. Or I brought all those things out of storage, but I did upgrade them. Transports surrendering left and right. Well, it's a nice little start to the war, I think. France, what are you playing at? Well, what is this? What are you up to? Yeah, that makes no sense to me whatsoever that you'd be going in with this nonsense. 300 million. Nope, fight to the end. Right, well, a good start, I would say. A very good start to what is probably going to be a very, very long war. So sit back and enjoy. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.